Welcome to Max's Garage Mahal. Here we are outside with the utility trailer. And everyone that's seen the videos, you've seen these two pieces of angle iron. They're 2" by 4". Actually, they're 2" by 4". And I've been promising that I was going to put a Class 3 hitch on one of these Hustler lawnmowers. Well, it's in the paint stage now. Paint's still wet. Just got through putting the coat on it, first coat, and I got to flip it over, do the other coat. Then we'll take you inside and show you the finished product. But it's finished up to this point in time, other than mounting it back on the mower. So let me point you down here and see some of the things that required to do that. Now, what I did was I used 7 inches. Let me point you down here. I used 7 inches of that 2x4 angle, and you should be able to see it right there. Okay, lock that in for you so you don't take off and go downhill again. And closing you up a little bit there. Alright, so what we did here, now I didn't bring all the tools out here. I brought a whole bunch of them out that I used. This is that 7" piece of 2x4 or 2x4 angle, and it's 5/16 wall, nice heavy stuff. I put 2 1/2" holes in it to mount to the back of the frame, and then I took two 2" pieces of this angle that's 2 inches wide, 4 inches tall, and I put a 2", or actually it's a 1.5" wallered out, to be honest with you, just to make sure I can get a chain through here. And then I mounted this, clamped it up to the mower, made sure these holes located perfectly, drilled these out, used these step drills, used 1/2" drills, used starter drills, automatic center punches, and we clamped this up to the frame with these big old welding clamps here. Alright, now once that's all clamped in place and I've got it located where I want it in the center of the mower, then of course we want to locate where we're going to put these and where we're going to locate the holes. Well, as you know, without moving a motor sometimes, and I just was not going to do that, didn't have a way to jack up the mower high enough to get the drill and the step drill, the drill motor, step drill, all that stuff, so I drilled down from the top. That's not really exciting. However, we got the mounts through the frame, or the engine guard, so this will mount, and this is upside down, this will mount to the engine guard. Also, I left it so I've got enough space here to put and as you also know by watching the videos, this Super Z, Hustler Super Z, has burnt grass in several locations. That is not fun either. Neighbors don't like it. The lovely bride doesn't like it. So I'm about to resolve that problem by putting a heat shield mounted to this hitch that'll be easily removed. And so we did a lot of welding, had to do a lot of cutting, a lot of grinding. We cut these 2x pieces. Everything here is cut with these little cutting wheels. Worked out really well. I did some grinding with the grinding wheel just to hurry up and hog cut out, and somehow or another I managed to, I did all that pretty much with one of those cutting wheels, but for some reason or another this nut no longer wants to come off of that machine. And that's because, my fault, in order to get it to seal and have a real nice smooth cut without vibrating, I flipped the outside nut over so it's flat to fat. I know better. I've done it before years ago, grew out of it, but apparently not well enough. So this is going to take some fun to get that off, and I will. But anyway, did most of the grinding and cutting with this old this is a cheap Harbor Freight Drill Master 4.5" angle grinder, smooth as glass. Paid $9.99 on some Arkansas state tax. And this old heavy Craftsman, this is the old commercial Craftsman, and this thing was over $200 back when I bought it. And I've had it for 30 plus years, so I guess it's been a good old machine. And bear in mind, I was at Homeland Security for 15 years, so it didn't get used, we know, pretty much during that time. So I didn't bring everything out. As I said, we used some hand tools. And then I set up, and by the way, you got to think ahead. These chain retainer holes here, I made them larger so that I could get this socket extension and the drill driver to go right in here directly to that bolt. Sweet. Now it worked out perfectly. So as I said, while you're planning these things, go ahead and plan for bolting things on. How are you going to do it? How hard is it going to be? Once you locate all the holes and drill them, is there going to have to be a combination, and this is going to require a combination of mounting this back. You're going to have to get these two bolts in first on the back of the frame, coming through the back of the frame from the inside. Then you're going to have to make sure, and you're going to have to leave those loose. Put a nut on there, just keep it, a couple of threads, just to keep it from falling on you, because that hurts when it hits you in the face. And then you're going to have to lift this up and mount the two bolts from the bottom. And the reason for that is this one over here is too close. The engine guard's bent. So this looks like it's on there crooked, but this is actually a 90 here coming off the frame, which is not bent. So this makes it look and appear, when you see it at the end of this video, it's going to appear that this is crooked. It's really not. These are crooked in order to fit on that crooked engine guard, but they're welded in solid. And let's see, y'all will probably want to see the welds. So, and by the way, be sure when you're old, fat, and ugly like me, and you've ruined your lungs for doing this stuff for 60 years, start wearing some sort of breathing apparatus, whether it's just one of these little masks or whatever, while you're grinding, because it's grinding, because it's not, it's just really not good for you, and it can be harmful to your health. So take it from the old man. Be careful with your health. It usually doesn't come back once it's gone. This is not really dry, so hey, I've ruined paint before by handling it for people. So there's your welds, and I welded up pretty good there. It's I'm blind, I found out. I can't see the weld anymore. So the parts where I could get where I could see the weld, man, it looks pretty. Where I couldn't see, ain't so pretty. But overall, as you can see, there's the top side. So it's still going to require some paint on it. And once that paint is dried on the bottom, we'll get that paint on there. We'll take this sucker in the house. We'll refire the camera, and we will show you the finished product. And we'll probably take that mower, bring it around here, and hook this 20-foot trailer on it. Now, there's a hill right there. I ain't sure I'm going down that hill with that thing. I'm not concerned with the hitch. That's going to stick. Not concerned with the hitch and the ball and the trailer hitch. Not concerned with that at all. But unless I had brakes hooked to this trailer, which I don't. But what we may do, and this is May, I'm not going to tell you we're going to. A little cool out here. It's about to rain again. We may take the trailer at some other point in time, take the trailer down on the street, disconnect, rehook the mower to it, and move it up and down, and just see if we can back it up the hill. But unless one of you guys wants to come out and help me and make sure the scotches are there in case the trailer wants to overpower the lawnmower, may not do that either. But we might find a flat spot maybe up there on the flat part of the hill, and then move it around and back it, just see how well it works. So anyway, that's what we've been up to. We'll bring you some more just as soon as this paint dries. We can flip it and paint it. Be right back. Inside, and we've got a little old, see if I can see it with you there. Oh, there it is, right over there. Right there. Okay. So there you go. That's the beautiful little, now this paint's not dry. It hadn't been 20 minutes since I talked to you. But this is almost too pretty to put on this old lawnmower. This sucker is heavy. Now here's what I had to buy. Had to buy this tube right here. The reason why I had to buy that tube, because I couldn't find any. didn't have any around here. Didn't want to take any off the vehicle that I'm using. So again, I had the 2" by 4" angle. So we used, let's see, any other time I'd have a tape measure on me. I laid it down over there working on electric. So there's 7 inches here. There is 4 inches here. So I used, what, 11 inches of my 2 by 4 angle. So, you know, I always say, use what you got, and you got what you used, or got what you used what you got. So there you go. So now we're going to get down here, and we're going to take this handful of bolts I mentioned earlier and get this thing mounted. So we're going to use this creeper, because the lawnmower's sitting on the ground where it belongs. And I'll see if I can get the camera down lower where you can, whoa, look there, thing went to sleep on us, didn't it? I'm going to see if I can get the camera down there low enough where you can actually see what I'm doing. So hang on, be right back. Okay, down on my hands and knees on the creeper. So let's get down here, and hopefully y'all remember those wonderful people there at Anderson's Dryzorb, or Anderson Absorbents. Notice the old lawnmower, I keep some of this absorbent underneath the mower. And this is not a commercial, this just to remind you, if you got a leak, you need some of this Anderson Dryzorb. This stuff right here, this is the premium grade. It's milled really, really fine. This stuff absorbs probably 5 to 6 times more oil and water than plain old diatomaceous oil dry, which is dirt. So this is renewable. So if it gets used up, no big deal. You just put you some more in there and grow you some more in your business. So thank you for Anderson's Absorbents to let us test that. And they were gracious enough to send it to us for free. And didn't ask me for anything other than just tell them what I actually thought. So now this was a lot more fun when I was off camera, because I didn't have to struggle. I mean, I had to struggle with it. Anyway, I wasn't in your way trying to do it. So let's see here. Find that hole. And that goes, you can find that hole. Alright, there's one side. Now then. And on this thing, you have to put the back up first, because it's the way it's clocked in. It probably could be done the other way, but after welding everything, things get moved while you're welding and such. Alright, I know there's a hole back here, because I've seen it. There we go. And you see how that dropped down? That just tells you that it would be nice to have that front in there first, but we can't and we don't. So let's do this. Now I would clamp it up like I did before, but that's going to be in your way. It's going to slow things down. So video's already long enough. And I'm going to show you this fast circuit here in just a minute, where I can stick that impact wrench right in there from this end. That made it a lot nicer. Alright, now then, I think I may have robbed some of my flat washers here. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. I used two 1.5 inch by 1/2 inch, or 1/2 inch by 1.5 inch bolts coming through the frame with 2 flat washers, and I couldn't find any 1/2 inch lock nuts in town, so I went ahead and just used lock washers. I'm going to put this on. I'm going to take them back off for a little while. I'll put some blue Loctite on it, because I might want them back off for something else. So let's see. Here we go. Let's see how far off the holes are now that we didn't weld this on the mower. We took it off to weld it. So these bolts may not even be able to go back in the same location. Who knows? We'll see though. If not, we'll drill them out. I know they weren't any fun taking them back out of there. I know that. They didn't come out easy at all. But that's okay. I'd rather them not come out easy So let's do this. Let's get this drill right here. If I got it set up and ready to go, let's try to run them down through there and clear that up a little bit. Now, I'm going to have to get in your way because it's a job to get that drill and drill motor down through there with the starter, with the wires in the way, all that stuff. And this is close quarters. Oh man, yeah, I see the problem. If I was to tighten that up on the back there, it'd probably bring that around some. So, it's good time as any to give that a little lick here. So, let's see, you should be able to see that. I'm going to stick this right through here. Let's see if that didn't get it. Looks a lot better from here. Now if I had this hammer right here, gave it a little love tap. It's not good for the threads, but those threads have to take care of themselves. Alright. Now then. Shouldn't have tightened that because I got another one go yet. But I just wanted to. Just wanted to get it did. Alright. Let's see if we'll have to pull this side up over here. Looks like we will. That pre-planning stuff sure can be nice when it all works out like it ought to. Alright. Now, give this a little love tap. May have to pull this up a little bit further. Boy, I just got my ankle on the edge of that creeper. That piece of square tubing. That doesn't feel too good. But I've got a big old bloody spot there now. People see that and say, Lord gosh, what's been happening to you, son? Somebody been beating on you with a stick? Yeah, buddy. Metal stick. Now then. You know what, let's not fight this thing. Just stick this sucker in there, give it a little watering around. Hopefully we can get the drill down in there. Well, drill bit's going easy. This thing ought to fall up in there, huh? Let's see here. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's nice. It's so nice it fell down there, didn't it? Okay, where'd it go? Here it is. You see why they make the movie of every little step? Been a long one, and I'd probably talk too much and then you couldn't cut it. Alright, now then, let's see if I can hit that without looking down in there. Alright, I like that. That. Probably have to put a wrench on the back side of this one. Okay, good. I don't do that. Too nice. Alrighty, let me get a hitch to put in the receiver. I got an old rusty one to make a real big contrast. This came off a neighbor's old truck. Old truck was rusty as a hoe. I mean rusty as a hoe. And now I don't mean that kind of hoe, so y'all get your mind out of the gutter, because that ain't very nice y'all to talk like that and think like that. Just get your mind out of the gutter, alright? Now, we ain't have done a test to see if this all go together. So we're about to find out together. Alright. There we're about there. And boy, look at that. Now, can y'all see that? I believe you can. I ain't gonna put that on there. Alright, so that's gonna stick out. Now, this is 100-foot tape. Y'all reckon that'd be long enough? I believe it will. So, if it's gonna stick out from the rear of the machine, 8 3/8 inches. To the center of the ball, 6 3/4. Alright, so from the center of the axle, the center of the ball looks like it's just about about 2 foot, just about 2 foot 2.5 inches. So that thing ought to be real nice for guiding a trailer. So anyway, all right. Now next step would be, if you want to see this thing moving a trailer, I don't think we're going to be able to do it today because it's raining outside now, and I don't want to get out there in the rain. And so I'm going to shut this down, and I may go ahead and post this. And the next thing would be seeing this thing work. So this will be video number uno, moving the trailer, video dos. I don't know what all that means, but now that I've said it, y'all figure it out between now and the next one, okay? Alright, thank you for stopping by Max's Garage Mahal and looking at the pretty little old hitch there. And I'm going to take this off this tripod, and I'm sure it's going to wiggle and jiggle and be nasty, but let's do it real quick so you can get a better look. Alright, there we go so far. And there you go right there. It's dark in here, you really can't tell, can you? Let's see if I can get that light around here a little bit better. Even yet. Yeah, it's so black you really can't see much, can you? I'm holding that camera backwards. Alright. What do y'all think? That's just natural born pretty, ain't it? Alrighty. Again, we thank you for was that close enough for you? We thank you for stopping by Max's Garage Mahal. Please subscribe, hit that like button if you got something out of it, and share by all means. We need all the likes and shares we can get and all the subscriptions. We appreciate you all. And as we always say here at Max's Garage Mahal, y'all come back and see us now, you hear?